Good morning, everyone. It's Miss Ann here at Central. Since we can't gather anymore for Sunday school right now, I thought that I would record myself doing a Sunday school lesson for us and would send it out to you all along with some discussion questions that you all can use to talk with your families afterwards once you hear the story. I've also included some really helpful information that Miss Erin sent me, and Miss Erin teaches our pre-K and kindergarten class. And so she has gathered information about a way that you can do a craft that follows this story with your kids if you want to do it after later this week to kind of have some more things to do at home. So behind me is my Godly Play shelf. So it's very tall and very big. There's not enough room on my camera for you to see it all, but the gold boxes behind me, we've kind of been talking about those for a while. If you remember, these are called parable boxes. So this is the parable I want for us to do today. I don't know if any of you have heard this one before. Some of you may have, but before I show it to you, I just kind of want to go over a little bit about what this parable is. So we're in the season of Lent. We're in the season where we're preparing for Easter. And back when Jesus was alive, before he was to be crucified, he was celebrating the Passover feast. And so he and his friends would gather, they would come to Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover feast and to remember how God led them through the waters to freedom. And every year, Jesus and his family and friends went to Jerusalem to celebrate the feast. But this year, as Jesus is teaching in the temple, the chief priests and the elders are trying to trick Jesus. They ask him, "Who gave you authority to say what you say and do?" Jesus would not answer. Instead, he told them this parable. So here we have our parable box. Let's open the lid up and see what we have inside. Well, it looks like the first thing in here is our underlay. All right, there we go. Now this is interesting. It kind of looks like a stole that a preacher would wear, but I don't think that's what it is. Can you all see? Here's a close-up. What are those? Yeah, those look like grapes. So if these are all grapes, this must be a vineyard where grapes are grown. So the next thing that we have inside of our basket are two individual baskets. So it looks like we have a basket here and a basket here for us to be able to collect the grapes. So here are the people to our story. Here is the Father. The Father, put him here so you can see him. The Father had two sons. Here's one son. The Father went to the first son and said, "Son, go work in the vineyard today." But the son said, "No, I do not want to." Later, he was sorry, so he went. The father went to, here's the other son. So the father went to the other son, the second son, and said, "Son, please go work in the vineyard today." "Yes, I'll go," he said. But he did not. At the end of this story, Jesus asked the priests and elders, which of the two sons did what the Father wanted. The first, the disciples answered, and the priests and the elders. Then Jesus said to them, the tax collectors and the sinners are going into the kingdom of God before you. John the Baptist came to show you the right way to live, and you did not believe him. But the tax collectors and sinners did. They changed their ways. And even when you saw the tax collectors and sinners had changed, you did not change and live the way of the kingdom of God. So I'm sure you all are feeling a lot of stuff right now after we've shared our story. And so in this email where you saw the video, I've included some discussion questions for you all to keep going.